Hi guys, Jack here. Today we're playing Dome Keeper. Pretty fun game published by Raw Fury. I picked it up last year and played it for like 15 hours. Had a really good time. It's classic indie game. There's some upgrades, there's fighting, there's mining, resource management. It's got it all. So right off the bat here, you're basically like a thing shot out of a spaceship. You crash land on a planet and you're trying to recover like ancient artifacts. Along the way, you get resources like gold here, which you use to upgrade yourself, be it your drill so you can mine faster, your jetpack so you can pull more items and go quicker, or like the actual laser that you use to defend your base. You'll see here we have a computer, which is where we access upgrades from. Along with the upgrades to yourself and the weapons, there's also stuff like detecting when the monster waves are going to come. For here we have a shield, so you can upgrade your shield and get like a special bonus attack that we'll get later in the game. And here's the settings we're playing on. So we have the default laser dome shield, and we have a medium map with brutal difficulty, which is fun. It's pretty fun, nice, balanced game. On the bottom left, you can see the blue line, which is our shield, and then there's a little monster guy that's black. And when he starts flashing, that's when the monsters come. Now, I don't have any tech that lets me know when the monsters are coming early, so when these guys start flashing, they've already started attacking me. So unfortunately, he started hitting my base a little bit, and you can see little cracks in the glass eventually that are actually kind of like your health indicator. So we got a few hits in there, which is a little unfortunate. I pretty much like to go straight down a little bit, and then every 3 blocks or so mine out to the sides, and that gives you a pretty good spread. You're basically mining the fewest blocks possible to cover all possible areas so you're not missing any blocks. Sometimes I go a little freestyle. Unfortunately here our laser was on the wrong side. So what happens is this flying guy hits us a couple times. The dude on the ground hits us a few times. I have to bring it all the way over to kill them. I almost decided to go back, but then I realized he flies over and I managed to get him, so it's okay. On the other side, when we left, you could just see a hint of gold peeking out, but I decided to go see if I can find more before going back there. Unfortunately, with the stock jetpack, you can only pull 3 items at a time. You can do 4, but you go pretty slow, so you're a lot faster doing 3. We get back just in time, which is nice. And I managed to get both of these flying guys for a nice quick round. Now here's time for my upgrades. I check it out, and I decided to go for a double drill upgrade here, the second level, just because it makes mining way better. You can actually see the rocks have different textures. There's like rock that has more black and fewer circles, which is basically indicating that it's more soil and less rock. So it's a lot quicker to mine than the more dense rock. Yeah. So you just have to be conscious of where you're mining. Sometimes if you want to just keep your structure, you'll just mine through the rock that's harder to mine. But, you know, sometimes I go a little bit of a deviation just because it really does make quite a big difference. Here I have a tough decision to make. I have decided to just wait and let the guy on the ground hit me a few times because I know the flying guy is going to come back over there. Maybe I should have moved it over and killed this guy on the ground. Either way, doesn't make too big a difference. There I decided to buy a little health indicator, so now we can see what the health of our base is, just because I was curious. Nice, and we hit a bit of gold. And there I finally decided to go back for the gold that I missed a few rounds ago. With just enough time to come down here and expose an artifact. We'll get that next round, and I'll tell you all about that. Oh, I'm rushing to get it over, see if I can get that guy before he flies. Luckily, one of the side effects of the laser is that it stuns enemies, and they move at about like quarter speed or so they get stuck in their positions for a little bit longer, which lets you kill them, and their attacks come a little bit slower, which you could see right there with that guy. Here I decided to buy the jetpack upgrade so I can pull more items at the same time without slowing down too much. And so here's our first artifact gadget, and we get a condenser, which basically spawns 1 water for us every couple rounds. Water is used to purchase more expensive upgrades for things that aren't your character or your dome. So things like gadgets or the shield and things like that. Gold, like I said, is pretty much used for everything, and then also the predominant currency you use for dome and your character upgrades. And then the last one, the red triangle, is cobalt, which you use to heal your dome. You get a decent spawn on the enemies here, but unfortunately there's quite a few of them, and I haven't actually upgraded any of my offensive capabilities yet, so they do manage to deal a decent amount of damage. If you haven't been able to tell, I've sped up some of the mining footage because while it's fun to do it, it's not as enjoyable to watch. We're able to haul like 5 items pretty easily now, which improves our efficiency quite a bit. I almost decided to go for that red cobalt there, but as you can see, we're already late to the battle. Here I only get 11 gold, so I don't quite have enough to get the 12 to upgrade my laser's damage, so I instead decided to go for the movement there and an increase to my shield health. I'm already on this side where these crawling guys are, so I decided to kill one, wait for the flying guys to come over, and we do a pretty decent job. Movement definitely helps. Filling in the gap here. There's a water in the middle. And this is new to me. They updated the game pretty significantly about Christmas in 2023. I haven't played since then. I just kind of guessed because it looked like there was a circle that was flashing. And so I dragged the water over, and luckily enough, that's what did it. I was looking here and I was thinking about getting the dome repair, but then I looked at the state of my dome, and as you can see, it's pretty fucked up. So I decided I'm probably better off letting it get destroyed once than coming back to full health. And that might have been a good decision because there's a lot of guys on the ground smacking my dome. We start making good progress. We're killing them. Pretty low, like 5% HP here. I'm like, oh, am I going to make it? Okay. Oh, we got him. And that's it. At least we have a full HP dome now. It's a good thing we got that gadget, though. Back down to the mines. There's an interesting item. It's pretty much like a tree that you plant, and it takes, I don't know, 4 or 5 days to sprout and grow, and then it starts giving you gold, which is cool. You know, I love the passive income. Be it in real life or video games, it just feels good to get money for what feels like doing nothing. And here we're finally back for the start of a round. No flying creatures this round, but we do get a new walking mob. As you can see, he does a little bit more damage. He looks a little bit more ferocious. Luckily though, our shield tanked both of his 2 hits, so we're looking pretty. And there's plenty of different types of upgrades. So there's this condenser upgrade. I'm gonna get another one in a few turns here, a few rounds, which is good. There's some like a little dinosaur you get that helps you drill. There's a teleporter. And so depending on what gadgets you get, it kind of affects how you're gonna play the game, which gives it a bit of replayability. And each map is different. There's also different types of domes. There's like a sword dome, which I've played before, and it was pretty interesting. It has quite a different play style. And here is the ability we picked up for our shield, the electro shot. I used it a little bit early, but as you could see, it stunned the guy so he couldn't attack, and it dealt damage. So pretty useful. Right here, this was nice. I go immediately into a bunch of gold. And speaking on other dome types, they've added a Tesla dome, which I haven't played. It sounds like you basically plant like mines in the air, and then the enemies walk into them and take damage. There's also another character which doesn't use like a jetpack and drill, but instead almost uses what seems like magic to mine, like casting these weird, almost boomerang things that bounce off and forth. So it's interesting. So there's lots of different play styles. Personally, I like this engineer guy. Kind of simple to play. You fly around, you mine. It's like Minecraft in space with self-defense. I really like that. I was able to keep focusing on a big guy that I figured would do a lot of damage, and the Electro Blast could kill the little dude on my backside without having to move my turret all the way over. It might have been good to wait until the two guys on the left were at my dome, because then it might have dealt more damage, but whatever. Another round where we get lucky finding something right away. And you can see we reach the next tier. There's like the gray stone here, then the blue stone, and then we eventually get to the kind of pinky purple stone. On larger maps, there's more layers of strata. I decided to go for another damage upgrade because, as you saw last round with those two guys that came on the left, it took a little while to kill them. Okay, and again, we're back right in time. Get that guy before he can deal any damage. Unfortunately, this little guy is behind the big guy, but we do manage to get both of them. I decided to target this big guy first, and then use the Electro Blast to kill the little guy, and it worked out perfectly. I don't think we didn't take any damage. That was quite nice. You can see the tree there that we planted is getting bigger each day. I'm something of a gardener myself, and here we go. Boom. Big gold find. Very nice. Have just enough time to bring that up and go back for some more. Leave a few scraps, but we'll be back for it. I have 13 gold, so I'm thinking, what can I buy? I decided to go for a jetpack because we're starting to get to some pretty long distances down there. And anything you can do to reduce the time you're in travel and more time that you're actually mining and getting loot is good. We actually managed to stop that little guy that was flying in his tracks and kill him, which is nice. We'll go back and get this little guy. So you can see I don't have the best aim. And hopefully we can get this guy before he fires again, which we do. So we did take a little bit of damage, which wasn't great. And there we go, our tree bears its first fruit, which is nice. And here we go, another artifact. Very nice. I go back and pick up the gold, and now I have a full load. Again, it's all about being efficient. And we get the lift, which is awesome. So the lift basically is you drop items off at any point at the bottom, in the middle, and these little orbs come along and pick up a few of them and bring it to the top, which is really nice. It also has another ability that makes you travel up it quicker, which you can see right here, which is nice because it lets you spend just a teensy weensy bit more time mining before you need to get back to the fight. Here I was about to go to the left, but then I saw the big floating guy on the right, and I was like, oh, okay, I'll deal with him. And I think it worked out well because I was able to keep my laser active the whole time and kill these two guys. Here I definitely should have waited until that guy got a little bit closer, but okay, he hit me once and twice. And here you can see I take the tree fruit and I just leave it in the lift and somebody else will take care of it for me. I can do that again, just bring it over, drop it, and can keep mining. This one is honestly one of my favorite. And here you go, a little egg. And we get back right in time for the battle. And here I decided to buy a counter for rounds, and then also a little bit of resource display here so I can see how much gold I have when I'm not actually at my computer terminal. Here I slip a little bit and I don't keep my focus fire on one enemy. Electroblast is nice, we kill one of the dudes, and here we get to see the floating guy on the right charge up his attack, but luckily not finish it, because I think it does a fair amount of damage. Yeet the water into the conveyor belt. And there we go, there's our first artifact piece. So that's like a little, I don't know, like power node for it. And what you'll see when we go back down there, there's like a little route or a wire leading from it down to where the main body is. And so you can use that to track where the item that you actually got sent to this planet in the first place for is. You can see here 2 volleys from these flying back guys actually takes out all of our shield, which is a little unfortunate. But we do manage to pop that guy on the right before he gets to us. I think that's our 4th tree fruit, which is nice. Always good to find gold right next to us too. And you can see here, I go back to the wire and start mining down because I want to find the node. And here it is. See, it's quite big. I explore a little bit. And this is actually one upgrade I got, the little arrows. I've had it for a little while, but it shows you when it's time to head back and it plots your route out, which is cool. Get the low HP guys first. And we have a behemoth on the left. Look at this guy. He's huge. I speed it up a bit because while he's huge, he does not walk very fast, despite him having, what, 12 feet there? And he makes a giant tentacle thing, and he's just about to slam it into us for a crazy amount of damage, and we just managed to get him. Thank God. Here you can see the final level here. It's kind of brownish, and we're actually at the bedrock, which borders the map on the left and the right, and then also at the very bottom of the world. I decided to cut through to the elevator a little bit. I almost think I have time to go back, but not quite. Here we have 18 gold, so I'm thinking, what will I get? I decided to increase my shield strength and my jetpack carry capacity, along with one more orb for the lift. Maybe I should have gotten the speed. I would have made it to that guy on the right before he could fire. Pretty calm. Kill the small guys, kill the larger guys, pop the electro blast when someone gets to you on the other side. We get, oh, I don't know, 2 hits of damage in, which isn't great. I wanted to heal, but it's based on the total percent of your total health. So I want to get a bit more gold so I can upgrade the total health of my dome. So then when I use each cobalt, it's a little bit more effective. Now, it doesn't really matter because we're already at the final artifact and I have 9 cobalt, but, you know, it never hurts to be pragmatic. And there we go. That's the final node on the right. There was one up from it, one to the left, and one from the right. So now we have the node fully activated. Just in time for one more round. Number 19. So here I buy the total health increase, then use 3 cobalt to heal myself all the way up to full. Time for battle. Flying guy down. A new mob on the left there. You can see this guy run and whoop, leap up. He hits us once or twice before we manage to kill him. Electro blast to kill the one other ground enemy. You can see I try tracking while my beam is firing when it actually moves a bit slower and I wasn't able to get it. And all the way down. We activate it. Boom. Here it comes. Has nice pulsating enemies, which I think is telling the whole planet that somebody's got what, I don't know, maybe it's like the heart of the planet essentially. I just wanted to mine out the roots of the tree just to see what it did. It made it a lot more resistant, which was interesting. Heal up to full. Buy a movement for the laser increase, and we're ready to go. Looks pretty normal. New ground enemies. Whoa, new flying guy. Okay. Oh man, another new ground enemy on the right. That's a lot of flying people. Starts to get pretty crazy already. Our shields are down. We're already at half HP. Oh man, not looking great. Luckily though, this is what happens when you dig out the heart of the planet. The round you bring it up is your last round. And here we go. Here's our stats. And there's also a really cool feature here, the show mine, which is very satisfying. I think this is my favorite feature of the whole game. Really great game, available on Steam. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care.